If you want to take a trip down to hell and visit Satan, then now is the time to do so. Why? Because there are a number of portals that have been opened all around the world that apparently lead to hell. From a portal that was opened by Satanists to another opened by a family by accident. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Top 10 people who might have opened the gates to hell. Starting off this countdown, we have Blue Ash, Ohio. According to an urban legend, there's a portal to hell in Blue Ash, Ohio. It's been given the name Satan's Hollow, and it's the place where a group of Satanists like to meet and conduct rituals there. Satan's Hollow is located in the woods near a storm drain. A number of residents have reported hearing screams from that tunnel at night. Maybe it's from the people being sacrificed there for Satan himself. So yeah, this group allegedly opened a portal to hell and go there whenever they can to make contact with Satan and perform satanic rituals for him. In our 9th spot, we have the Gates of Hell crater. Located in the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, there is this 230-foot wide hole that has been on fire for over 50 years. In fact, its glow can be seen from miles away. So the crater was actually created in 1971 when the Soviets were drilling in the area, but their drilling rig accidentally hit a massive underground natural gas cavern. This caused the ground to collapse, forming a huge crater and sinkhole. Now, here's the mystery. They don't know how the crater ignited in the first place, but it's been burning for nearly 50 years, even after people have tried to put the fire out. So it's thought that this area leads directly to hell. I mean, it's a fiery sinkhole. What if it just sucks you down and then brings you right to hell? Moving on at number 8, we have Hellam. And I mean, the name itself literally has hell in it. Coincidence? I think not. Anyways, Hellam is a small town near York, Pennsylvania, and legend goes that this location is home to one of the real 7 gates of hell. So according to the folklore, there is an abandoned insane asylum located on the outskirts of this town. In the 19th century, there was a fire at the asylum which killed some inmates and let the most dangerous inmates escape. Some were caught and then tortured or even killed. Others were trapped inside a series of gates, which they still haunt to this day. One of these gates is said to lead to hell. Over the years, this story has changed, but it's still believed that one of the gates is there in that town. In our 7th spot, we have Stull, Kansas. The small town of Stull in Kansas is another place said to have a gate to hell. First off, the town is rumored to be cursed. Apparently, it's been haunted by a number of demonic forces since the 1970s. Rumor has it that this is because the gate to hell is somewhere in that area. They think it's either in Stull Cemetery or by the United Methodist Church. Stull Cemetery, though, is said to be where people would go to practice occult rituals and contact Satan. In 1974, a newspaper wrote an article claiming that the devil was spotted twice in Stull that year. Once on Halloween and once on the spring equinox. That's why people started to believe that someone located and opened a gate to hell in the area, and now Satan has a way to get into our world. In fact, the town has to have 24-hour security because people like to jump the fence of that cemetery and explore the property looking for this gate or portal. In our 6th spot, we have the opening of the gate ritual. So apparently there's a ritual that you can perform in order to open a gate to hell. You know, in case it's ever been on your bucket list. According to occultist Astenu Sever, he performed this ritual in the past with some other occultists. He performed it on some historical grounds in the Balkans. He won't tell us the exact location though. And also, he said that they all took an oath so that they can't share what happened on that day. But he alludes to the fact that the ritual did work, and he even wrote a full article on how you can open a portal to hell yourself. Do I recommend you listen to him and try it? No, definitely not. He even shared a huge warning outlining all the risks of doing so. So let's just say it won't be pretty. But now there's a gate to hell somewhere out in Europe, and we don't really know where. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the family home portal. In 2008, Steph Harper, her husband Colin, and their 3 kids moved into a new home in North Wales. But as they started to settle in, they noticed something was off about their home. Shortly after moving in, they heard these weird banging noises and saw shadowy apparitions and stuff. You know, the typical paranormal stuff. But the biggest thing that her and her family noticed was that their house would smell of rotten flesh. Don't know how she knows what rotten flesh smells like, but that's besides the point. Smelling something rotten can be an indicator that your home is being haunted. After investigating, Steph believes that there is a portal to the spirit world in her lounge area in her house. She believes it was created before her house was built in the 1950s or 60s, but that's why her house has such a strong connection to the paranormal. Moving on to number 4, we have the Emerald Hill Hell House, otherwise known as the Demon House. This Pennsylvania house gets its name because of how haunted it is. Now, not much is known about it. It belongs to the McHugh family estate. The new owners of the house learned that the land that the mansion was built on was once a burial ground. So I mean, that right there is a bad sign. But wait, it gets worse. Sometime in the late 1860s, a woman named Carla arrived at the house. The house was given to her by her uncle who lived in Scotland. Sometime while living there, she decided to excavate some of the property. But while doing so, she found well over 70 unmarked graves. It said that when she unearthed these graves, she unleashed the evil on the land and opened a portal to hell. That's why the area is a hotbed for paranormal activity. Moving on to number 3, we have the portal opening incident. So apparently there's something called a portal opening ritual game where you can use a mirror to open a door to the spirit world. I don't know about you, but that does not sound like a game at all. Anyways, a guy named AJ decided, hey, let's try this out. Why not? What on earth could possibly go wrong? So he was visiting his grandma's farmhouse and was like, this is the perfect location. So he grabbed the supplies he needed, including a full-length mirror. He followed the ritual, but he was goofing around with it all and he didn't think it would actually work. Well, while goofing off, he accidentally broke the mirror. He never got to properly close the portal, and now that the mirror is broken, he can't close it at all. Ever since then, the spirits followed him home and his place is haunted. So what did we learn today, folks? Don't play this portal game, don't fool around with spiritual games, and lastly, don't buy cheap mirrors. In our second spot, we have the ocean on fire. Earlier this year, a fire started in an underwater pipeline in the middle of the ocean. The ocean was then literally on fire, which seems hella impossible, but it happened anyways. So the fire was caused by a gas leak from an underwater pipeline in the Gulf of Mexico. People began sharing images of the ocean on fire and were like, oh my god, it's a portal to hell. Not gonna lie, it really does look like one. I don't know about you, but I didn't have Portal to Hell on my 2021 bingo card. And in our number 1 spot today, we have the Crescent Hotel. The Crescent Hotel is referred to as the most haunted hotel in America. According to the legend, in 1937, Norman G. Baker, a millionaire inventor, turned a hotel into a hospital and posed as a doctor. He claimed that he had a cure for cancer. As a result, he began to treat patients despite having no proper training. This dude made up a weird mixture of alcohol, glycerin, carbolic acid, and he mixed it with tea from watermelon seeds and brown corn silk and clover leaves, and then he would give it to his patients, saying that this was the cure. As a result, many of the people he treated ended up dying. Over the years, many guests at this hotel have reported seeing ghosts and would experience paranormal activity. Then in 1997, the hotel's new owners decided to bring in a medium. The medium discovered that there is actually a portal to the spiritual world inside this hotel. Apparently it's located on top of what used to be the morgue. The medium said that, and I quote, "The dimension holds spirits of the dead." So, it sounds like hell to me. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these areas you found the creepiest. And now, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Terrifying Signals Sent from the Afterlife. Mary Anna Conti commented, my questions to you are, what do monsters, demons, entities do on their time off? Do they have families, hobbies? And to what end do they haunt us? What is the point? I mean, think about this. They're in some other spiritual plane. They don't have anything to do. They're like, let's go mess with humans, hardy har har, maybe possess them, then we can go have some fun in their bodies. Wouldn't that sound a little entertaining? Just come on, think about it from their perspective. Kip Edens commented, you should definitely make more of these. Always has me wondering what all gets included in the afterlife, and you do an amazing job, Lindsay. Well, thank you so much, Kip Edens. Maybe we'll do part 2. If you want to see part 2, then let me know in the comments below. And Emily Gillespie commented, I've never experienced anything paranormal, but just in case that changes, how do I cleanse myself? Okay, this is funny because I have had so many people comment on videos or like DM'd me on Instagram being like, hey, I think like my house is haunted, how do I get rid of it? And I'm like, dude, I just use Google. Like, I'm not an actual like spiritual expert. I can't give you any advice. How do I cleanse? I don't know, holy water? Where do you even get holy water from? Can you have somebody come in and like cleanse the air? I'm pretty sure you can Google it. People probably have the answer on Reddit. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya.